People, welcome to the channel. How you guys doing? If you're new here, hi, welcome to my channel. So today we'll be checking out this video titled Max and Moritz. This is my first time, so without saying much, let's dive right in. Not to feel it. Max and Moritz.
Ah, how oft we read or hear of boys we almost stand in fear of. For example, take these stories of two youths named Max and Moritz, who instead of early turning their young minds to useful learning, often leered with horrid features at their lessons and their teachers. Look now at the empty head. He is for mischief always ready, teasing creatures, climbing fences, stealing apples, pears, and quinces, is of course a deal more pleasant and far easier for the present than to sit in schools or churches, fixed like roosters on their perches. But oh dear, oh dear, oh dearie, when the end comes, sad and dreary, 'tis a dreadful thing to tell, that on Max and Moritz fell. All they did this book rehearses, both in pictures and in verses.
Okay, the first trick.
To most people who have leisure, raising poultry gives great pleasure. First, because the eggs they lay us, for the care we take repay us. Secondly, that now and then we can dine on roasted hen. Thirdly, of the hens and gooses, feathers men make various uses. Some folks like to rest their heads in the night on feather beds. One of these was Widow Tibbets, whom the cut you see exhibits. Hens were hers in number 3, and a cock of majesty. Max and Moritz took a view, fell to thinking what to do. 1, 2, 3, as soon as said, they have sliced a loaf of bread. Cut each piece again in 4, each a finger thick, no more. These two cross threads they tie, like a letter X they lie, in the widow's yard with care, stretched by those two rascals there. Cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo, tack, 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 the trio flew. Cock and hens, like fowls unfed, gobbled each a piece of bread. But they found, on taking thought, each of them was badly caught. Every way they pull and twitch, this strange cat's cradle to unhitch. Up into the air they fly, on a tree behold them dangling, in the agony of strangling. And their necks grow long and longer, and their
They will not
groans
survive.
grow strong and stronger. Each lays quickly one egg more, then they cross to the other shore. Widow Tibbets, in her chamber, by these death cries waked from slumber, rushes out with bodeful thought. Heavens, what sight her vision caught! From her eyes tears are streaming. Oh, my cares, my toil, my dreaming. Ah, life's fairest hope, says she, hangs upon that apple tree. Heartsick, you may well suppose, for the carving knife she goes, cuts the bodies from the bough, hanging
Poor
cold
widow.
and lifeless now. And in silence, bathed in tears, through her house door disappears. This was the bad boy's first trick, but the second follows quick.
Bad actions definitely have consequences.
When the worthy widow Tibbets had recovered on the morrow from the dreadful shock of sorrow, she, as soon as grief would let her, began to think 'twere better just to take the dead, the dear ones, and in a noonday hour them well roasted to devour. True, it did seem almost wicked when they lay there so bare and naked, plucked and singed before the blaze, they that once in happier days, in the yard or garden ground, all day long went scratching round. Ah, Frau Tibbets wept anew, and poor Spitz was with her too. Max and Moritz smelled the savor. Climb the roof, cried each young shaver. Through the chimney now with pleasure they behold the tempting treasure, headless in the pan there lying, hissing, browning, steaming, frying. At that moment down the cellar, dreaming not what soon befell her, Widow Tibbets went for sour kraut, which she would often devour, with exceeding great desire, warmed a little at the fire. Up there on the roof, meanwhile, they are doing things in style. Max already, with forethought, a long fishing line has brought. Quickly snatched from up the chimney, the first chicken rose fast and nimbly. A second bird, up comes a third. Presto! Number 4 they haul. We have them all. Spitz looks on, we must allow, but he barks, "Row, row, row, row!"
Oh,
But the rogues are down instanter. From the roof and off they canter. Ha! I guess there'll be a humming. Here's the widow Tibbets coming. Rooted stood she to the spot when the pan her vision caught. Gone was every blessed bird. "Horrid Spitz!" was her first word. "Oh, you Spitz, you monster, you! Let me beat him black and blue!" And the heavy ladle thwack comes down upon poor Spitz's back. Loud he yells with agony, for he feels his conscience free. Max and Moritz, dinner over, in a hedge snored under cover.
Look at their tummy.
And of that great hen feast now, each has but a leg to show. This was now the second trick, but the third will follow quick.
Wonder what they will do this time around.
Through the town and country round was one Mr. Buck renowned. All the population held him high in estimation. Max and Moritz tried to invent ways to plague this worthy gent. Right before the Sartor's dwelling ran a swift stream roaring, swelling. This swift stream a bridge did span, and the road across it ran. Max and Moritz, not could all them, took a saw when no one saw them. Whoo-bah, whoo-bah, riddle-diddle, saw the gap across the middle. When this feat was finished well, suddenly was heard a yell. "Hello there! Come out, you buck! Tailor, tailor, muck, muck, muck!" Buck could bear all sorts of jeering, jibes and jokes in silence hearing. But this insult roused such anger, nature couldn't stand it longer. Wild with fury, up he started, with his yardstick out he darted. For once more that frightful jeer, "Muck, muck, muck," ran loud and clear. On the bridge one leap he makes, crash beneath his weight it breaks. Once more rings the cry, "Muck, muck!" In, head foremost, plumps poor Buck. While the scared boys were skedaddling, down the brook 2 geese came paddling. On the legs of these 2 geese, with a death clutch, Buck did seize. And with both geese well in hand, flutters out upon dry land. For the rest he did not find things exactly to his mind. Soon it proved poor Buck had brought a dreadful belly ache from the water. Noble Mrs. Buck she rises, fully equal to the crisis. With the hot flat iron she draws the cold out famously. Soon 'twas in the mouths of men, all through town, "Buck's up again!" This was the bad boy's 3rd trick, but the 4th will follow quick.
They're so annoying.
An old saw runs somewhat so, man must learn while here below. Of this wisdom an example to the world was Master Lample. For this cause to Max and Moritz, this man was the chief of horrors. For a boy who loves bad tricks, wisdom's friendship never seeks. With the clerical profession, smoking always was a passion, and this habit without question, while it helps promote digestion, is a comfort no one can well begrudge a good old man. When the day's vexations close, and he sits to seek repose. Max and Moritz, flinty-hearted, on another trick have started, thinking how they might attack a poor old man through his tobacco. Once when Sunday morning breaking, pious hearts to gladness waking, poured its light wherein the temple at his organ sat Herr Lample. These bad boys, for mischief ready, stole into the good man's study, where his darling smoking pipe stands. This Max holds in both his hands, while young Moritz, scapegrace born, climbs and gets the powder horn, and with speed the wicked soul pours the powder in the bowl. Hush, quick, now right about, for already church is out. Lample closes the church door, glad to seek his home once more. All his service well got through, takes his keys and music too, and his way delighted wends homeward to his silent friends. Full of gratitude he there lights his pipe and takes his chair. Ah, he says, no joy is found like contentment on earth's round. Fizz, whiz, boom, the pipe is burst, almost shattered into dust. Coffee pot and water jug, snuff box, inkstand, tumbler mug, table, stove, and easy chair, all are flying through the air in a lightning powder flash with a most tremendous crash. When the smoke cloud lifts and clears, Lample on his back appears. God be praised, still breathing there, only somewhat worse for wear. Nose, hands, face, and ears now are black as night appears. Burned the last thin spear of hair, and his face is wholly bare. Who shall now the children guide, lead their step to wisdom's side? Who shall now for Master Lample lead the service in the temple? Now this old pipe is out, shattered, smashed, gone up the spout. Time will heal the rest once more, but the pipe's best days are o'er. This was the bad boy's fourth trick, but the fifth will follow quick.
I just feel like squeezing them. It's so annoying.
If in village or in town you've an uncle settled down, always treat him courteously. Uncle will be pleased with thee. Max and Moritz, need I mention, had not any such intention. See now how they tried their wits, these bad boys on Uncle Fritz. What kind of bird, May? Bug was, they knew, I dare say. In the trees they may be found, flying, crawling, wriggling round. Max and Moritz, great pains taking, from a tree these bugs are shaking. In their cornucopiae papers, they collect these pinching creepers. Soon they are deposited in the foot of Uncle's bed. With his
Hope it's
peaked
not what I'm
nightcap
thinking.
on, Uncle Fritz to bed has gone. Tucks the clothes in, shuts his eyes, and in sweetest slumber lies. Crits crats come the Tartars, single file from their night quarters. And the captain boldly goes straight at Uncle Fritzy's nose. Ah! He cries, what have we here? Seizing that grim grenadier. Uncle wild with fright upspringeth, and the bedclothes from him flingeth. Ouch! He seizes two more scape, graces from his shin and nape. Crawling, flying, to and fro, round the buzzing rascals go, wild with fury Uncle Fritz stamps and slashes them to bits. Oh, be joyful, all gone by is the Maybug's deviltry. Uncle Fritz again has peace, now asleep, with torment ceased. This was the bad boy's fifth trick, and the sixth will follow
They're really
quick.
bad boys.
Easter days have come again, when the pious bakermen bake all sorts of sugar things, plum cakes, ginger cakes, and rings. Max and Moritz feel an ache in their sweet tooth for some cake. But the baker thoughtfully locks his shop and takes the key. Who would steal then this must do? Wriggle down the chimney flue. Ratch! There come the boys, my Jiminy, black as ravens down the chimney. Puff! Into a chest they drop, full of flour up to the top. Out they crawl from under cover, just as white as chalk all over. But the pretzels, precious treasure, on a shelf they spy with pleasure. Crack! The chair breaks, down they go, swoop, into a trough of dough.
Okay.
All enveloped now in dough. See them? Monuments of woe. In the baker comes and snickers when he sees the sugar liquors. 1, 2, 3, the brats behold, into 2 good brats are rolled. There's the oven all red hot, shove 'em in as quick as thought. Rough, out with 'em, from the heat, they are brown and good to eat. Now you think they paid the debt. No, my friend, they're living yet. Nibble and gnaw like 2 mice, through their roofs they gnaw in a trice. And the baker cries, "You bet! There's the rascals living yet!" This was the bad boy's 6th trick, and the last will follow quick.
No, this one will be
Max
the
and
worst,
Moritz,
the last trick.
I grow sick when I think on your last trick. Why must these 2 scalawags cut those gashes in the bags? See, the farmer on his back carries corn off in a sack. Scarce has he begun to travel when the corn runs out like gravel. All at once he stops and cries, "Darn it, I see where it lies." Ha! With what delighted eyes Max and Moritz he espies. Rabs! He opens wide his sack, shoves the rogues into the pack. It grows warm with Max and Moritz, for to mill the farmer hurries. "Master Miller, hallo, man, grind me that as quick as you can." In with 'em, each wretched flopper headlong goes into the hopper. As the farmer turns his back, he hears the mill go creaky crack. Here you see the bits post mortem, just as fate was pleased to sort 'em.
Just imagine, see the way they ended
Master
their lives.
Miller's ducks with speed gobbled up the coarse grain feed.
So sad.
In the village, not a word, not a sign of grief was heard. Widow Tibbets, speaking low, said, "I thought it would be so." "None but self," cried Buck to blame, "mischief is not life's true aim." Then said gravely Teacher Lample, "There again is an example. To be sure, bad thing for youth," said the baker, a sweet tooth. Even uncle says, "Good folks, see what comes of stupid jokes." But the honest farmer, Guy, "What concern is that to I?" Through the place, in short, there went one wild murmur of content. "God be praised, the town is free from this great rascality."
What a great story. It's so sad how they ended their lives. Bad actions definitely have consequences. I mean, this story is definitely teaching that if you keep doing wrong, you eventually face consequences. But I didn't expect the humor to be this dark. Oh my goodness, that was great. I really enjoyed it from the start to the finish. Kudos to the person that translated this. This is my first time watching German story in English. That was beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching with me, and let me know what you think about the story in the comments. Until next time, bye.